Good morning. Welcome to the Community for Conscious Living weekly live broadcast. Today is Sunday, October 22nd of 2023. The Community for Conscious Living is a community dedicated to personal transformation for universal harmony, healing the planet by making inspired changes in ourselves and in our daily lives that create a sustainable environment and a peaceful world. And I have to give a shout out to my dad. Tomorrow, the 23rd, is his 101st birthday. And he is still here, still with us, just chatty as can be and alert, excuse me, knocking the phone there, as alert as can be, in really good spirits today. So, as many of you know, he's been a great teacher for me over these last 6.5 years that I've been living with him and teaching me about sustainability, about attitude, about really what keeps us going and healthy and alive through the years and through the days, through the weeks, through the minutes. And as we come into such challenging times in our world, you wonder, how do we get through them? How do we get through them? And here's a man who lived during the years of the Depression and fought in well, he did not fight on the front lines. I take that back, but he was in World War II. But he's been just seen a lot in his lifetime of the wars and of the things that look really scary. And we're in one of those times right now that looks really scary. And so in looking at how he holds an attitude of faith, of keeping his vibration up, his spirits up, his positive attitude, and remembering to still laugh and smile and be playful during these times, I know that contributes to his overall health. And something to learn from, especially for myself. I can tend to get really serious and intense and in these times about pretty much everything, actually, if I'm honest. So, uh, in today's meditation and healing circle, I know it seems everybody I talk to, except for my dad, pretty much, but even him, is feeling that sense of angst, of fear, of just general agitation. And sometimes people will say, and I don't even know why. And yet we do know why. It's the cosmic soup right now. It is what is marinating, resonating in our cosmic soup. It's what's the vibration around the world. And it's really hard to escape it right now. But what I want to do today is to take us way back, because when your life force is breathed into your body and the provision is there for you, your knowing of safety, of trust, of provision, of your just connection, right? Being contained and connected and cared for, it's innate into the body. And when it's into the body and into the heart and into the soul, and through that whole connection there, part of our human journey is to come here and to have this thing called free will. And part of this thing called free will means that we forget that connection, right? Because otherwise we would never care about free will. We would be in bliss all the time. It just wouldn't be an issue. But we're here to play out this little game. And so we have to forget. However, it is possible, and this is part of the game as well, it is possible to connect into those inner places and recall the innate knowing that is a part of your life force energy, that is a part of the breath that breathes you. That knowing is in there. So we want to connect to that knowing, the knowing of your connection, the knowing of your sense of safety, of provision, of trust that you have held deeply in your being. We want to connect to that. We want to bring that into the awareness, the conscious awareness. And all the way, we want to wake it up from within the cellular consciousness, the core vibration of who we are. And we want to bring that to the awareness. We want to rest into it and invite the whole nervous system to rest into that sense of trust, safety, provision, connection, knowing that you are held in a cosmic womb of compassion, right? And that is the way that we start all of our meditation and healing circles, calling on pure divine light, unconditional love, and the eternal compassion that is the cosmic womb, the womb of compassion that contains our entire creation. And so in doing that today, we're actually going to, as best we can, travel back consciously to feel ourselves held in the womb, to feel that connection, right, from the placenta that comes to the umbilical cord that provides nourishment. And the placenta actually breathes for you. And there is spiritual significance in this, which we're going to get into, in the Sufi teachings and in the Arabic language. The name for that eternal compassion and the eternal compassion that contains you and the individual mercy that feeds you, mercy and grace that feeds you individually. They both come from the same root word as the name for womb. And there's no mistake there, right? Everything has meaning. You are a microcosm of the greater macrocosm. And so we're going to connect back into that place where you are held in that womb of compassion and you are fed and nourished and provided for through that mercy and that grace. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to wake up the innate knowing within you to bring it into your consciousness, to feel it in your cells. I want you to have a felt sense of it, not just a mental knowing, but a felt sense of it and really rest into it and let it be you, you be it, right? As Gandhi says, be the change you wish to see in the world. We can really be that sense of safety, connection, trust, and knowing that we are cared for, provided for, and protected no matter what happens. Then that is going to help us to get through whatever is before us in our individual lives or in the world as we're traversing life. Okay. So that's where we're headed today. There are a list of the divine names, which are names for the divine powers that we're going to invoke today. And by invoking them in the sacred language, we're actually generating if you will, the vibration of the meanings of the sounds, right? Muhyiddin Ibn Arabi said, for every sound is a world unto itself, right? It has so many hidden meanings and it connects us to the layers of creation and everything that actually brings this creation into existence. So, we're going to work with those sacred sound codes and those divine names that call on the divine powers today that help us to reconnect with the knowing that it is a part of your life force energy that gives consciousness to your physical form and breath to your lungs and to beating to your heart and nourishment to your body. So let's go ahead and come into our meditation and healing circle. In the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate. Let's come into our circle, sitting side by side, shoulder to shoulder, elbow to elbow, knee to knee, coming together as one. And so we come together as one. Just bring all of your senses to face toward the center of our circle. Right, your eyes, ears, nose, mouth, bring everything to face toward the center. And turn your heart center and your throat also. Turn your throat to face toward the center. Right, your throat it's your voice, it's your presence, it's how you show up in the world, it's how you are seen in the world. And then also bring your heart center to face toward the center of the circle. And your belly, this ball of energy in the front of your belly space, bring that to face into the center of our circle as well. That belly is where we hold so many fears, right? And it's also the place where we can really connect into the life force energy and ground and be present in our bodies to really become embodied, right? We get scared and we disconnect from it and we go up. We can find that sense of connection and drop down, anchor into the pelvic bowl, into the sacral center, into the root, and lean into the spine to be present, present in the body. And that's where we find our strength and our safety, our connection, our confidence. Okay. So as we face toward the center of the circle, and if your belly is not feeling completely embodied, that's okay. Let it be here. And Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Together, let's call on our source in the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate. We call on you. We ask you to send your essence of your pure divine light. And we send and receive, feel, sense this presence of pure divine light streaming into the center of our circle. Just let yourself and all of your senses and your heart and everything engage with this pure divine light as it streams into the center of our circle. So let yourself sense it, feel it, engage with it, and breathe it in. Breathe it in. And let this light, let it touch into your skin and let it penetrate through your pores. This pure divine light, let it travel through all of the tissues of your body. And light, let it travel through your peripheral nervous system, right? That's what allows you to feel when something touches you, right? So let it move through your pores, let it travel through your nervous system, all the way through your body, through all of the tissues of your body. Light is cleansing, it's purifying, and just let it cleanse, let it purify, let it just burn out. You don't need to know, you don't need to even ask, just receive, right? Of course, set an intention. And let me just say, if you want to set an intention for this meditation, for this healing, please do. And you can intend for this light to just burn up and free you from any of the nervous system holds patterning that has been developed from our going into survival mode and protection mode from our sense of separation, right? And today we're going to return to this place inside of ourselves that knows the connection, right? Before that fundamental separation took hold, back before that to the place where we know our connection. So if this light wants to move through and safely burn away any of that sense of separation from your nervous system, just let it travel through your nervous system, let it burn that out. Let it cleanse and purify any of those places where you hold yourself as separate, right? Where the nervous system is poised for what may come from your sense of separation or while you were in this sense of separation. Nervous system says, uh-oh, not safe here, right? And it holds patterns that are just have you at the ready to respond to the next crisis. So today we're going back to that place of connection. So if there's any of that that can be burned away right now, just let that go. Let that light travel through. The divine name for the divine power of the pure divine light is Nur, Ya Nur. I didn't put this on the list, but This one is Ya Nur. Ya just means oh, it's invoking, it's calling on. Ya Nur. Calling on that pure divine light. And let that come in. Use your breath and feel that light surrounding you. And as you inhale, draw it in through your pores and through your tissues all the way into the core of your body. Ya Nur, Ya Nur, Ya Nur. Let it move through all the way into your core. Ya Nur, Ya Nur, Ya Nur. Ya Nur. Let it cleanse and purify all the way to your core. And again, together, let's call on our source in the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate. We call on you. We ask you to send your essence of your unconditional love, the pure unconditional love. Just imagine, perceive, feel, sense this pure unconditional love streaming into the center of our circle. And let this love just fill all of the space. And let it surround you. Feel this vibration of unconditional love surrounding you, holding you, loving you. And turn your heart center to face toward this stream of unconditional love. And just let your heart center tip up slightly and receive this shower of love coming in through your heart. And let it flow in like the waves of the ocean that roll onto the shore. Just let it flow into your heart. Breathe it in. And as you exhale, just let the waves, as they take any clutter or tension from your heart center back into the depths of the ocean where it can be purified. Right? And as that wave of love rolls back into the shore, let your heart center be like a breathing portal and breathe that in and through. Each time taking it deeper into your heart, and as you exhale, let the waves carry it back out into the ocean, any of the clutter, any of the tension, any of the blocks and barriers. As the poet Rumi says, your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. We are pure love, but from our sense of separation, we build barriers of protection. So any of those barriers that are ready to release, just let them go. Let them flow with the waves of the ocean. As the love rolls in, you take it in deeper and deeper and deeper into your heart center with each inhale. And as you exhale, just let more and more of that clutter and tension be carried back into the ocean. Breathing in this pure divine light and unconditional love. And as you exhale, let any clutter, anything else be carried back out into the ocean. And as you inhale, really let yourself upright your spine. And just lean back into the space behind your heart. Between the back of your heart and your spine, lean back into that space and really let yourself receive this inpouring of pure divine light and unconditional love pouring in. And you have a vertical core of energy that runs through the top of your head, all the way along the very center of your body, halfway front to back, halfway side to side. So just feel that moving from the top of your head all the way down and through all the way through your body and through your base. And as you lean back into that space behind your heart, just feel yourself like in that gentle waterfall and receiving that pure divine light and unconditional love through your heart all the way back into that center. You're standing in this gentle waterfall, receiving this love deep into your heart and all the way into your core. And let your entire core be filled up with this unconditional love and infused with the pure divine light. And breathing in that pure divine light and unconditional love. And again, let's call on our source in the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate. We call on you. We ask you to send your essence of your eternal compassion. And this is the first name on that list that I gave you, Rahman. Ya Rahman. Ya Rahman. And Ya Rahman. This is the first in the Sufi teachings of first emanation of God consciousness. It is the womb through which all of creation is born into existence. Rahman comes from the same root as the name for womb in the female body. And it is the ocean of living consciousness. It is the container that contains us. And it is pure compassion. Pure compassion. What is compassion? Compassion is loving. Compassion is nurturing. It is holding. It is containing. It is protecting. So feel yourself as we call on this eternal compassion. Let this compassion surround you and hold you. Let it surround you and hold you. You breathe in this pure divine light, unconditional love. Let yourself absorb this ocean water, this ocean of compassion. Let yourself absorb it into your body. And as you exhale, just let yourself rest into it. Feel yourself held in this womb of compassion. Ya Rahman. Ya Rahman. Ya Rahman. Feel yourself held in this womb of compassion, really contained in this container, right? And just let yourself really drop in and sink into this container of compassion. Drop into this container of compassion. Let me say, if you're watching on Facebook, there is a link in the description there if you want to follow along with the divine names. You can find it at that link. It's also in the email that you received today, or it's on the website, on the web page. The Rahman is the eternal compassion. It is the womb of existence, the all-encompassing womb that contains, holds, feeds, nurtures, nourishes. It's the ocean of infinite kindness and beauty. It's all embracing, overflowing in compassion and mercy. And let this enfold you gently in love and compassion and mercy. And let yourself feel the safety of this container. Just feel held and contained in this container, like being in the womb. And with each breath, just let yourself drop deeper and deeper into this womb of compassion. You're filled with unconditional love. You're infused with pure divine light. And you're held in this womb of compassion. Ya Rahman. Ya Rahman. And the reason why we say these names, right? You want to have the sense and the intention and the meaning of it within you as you're invoking, right? That you're setting that intention to be held in this compassion, and you're invoking. When we call on the divine name in their sacred language, we are speaking the vibrations of the sounds, right? And it's like the vibrations of the sounds actually carry the energy. They resonate at the same frequency of the energy of what we are calling in. So it's like all of when you were your life force energy, your life force, your consciousness, right? We're talking about the ocean of living consciousness. Your individuated consciousness contains, as the poet Rumi says, you're not a drop in the ocean, you're the ocean in a drop. Your drop contains the knowing of all of these vibrations, all of these frequencies, and all of the meanings within them, from the material realm all the way into the cosmic dimensions, into the spiritual dimensions. Your being contains within its makeup the knowledge and the knowing of all of these vibrations. So when you call on the divine name from its sacred language, you are speaking those vibrations, and from those vibrations emits sound waves and frequencies, and speak it into your body. And it's like tapping a tuning fork. So you tap the tuning fork, and when you tap one tuning fork and you put it next to another tuning fork, they'll both begin to produce sound, right? To resonate at the same frequency. And so you've got this knowledge within you. When you speak it into your body, it's like tapping the tuning fork and awakening it from within you. It's been put there already. Awaken it from within you. So as you call on Ya Rahman, speak this vibrations into your heart and into the core of your body. Let it awaken you to your own innate knowing of this womb of compassion that contains you. And let yourself drop into that womb and give yourself a felt sense of being contained in this womb of pure compassion. Like, let yourself really drop in, be contained in this womb of pure compassion. Let it hold you, let it surround you, let it nourish you, nurture you, and keep you safe. Ya Rahman, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahman. Let it enfold you, as Fauziya says in her book, enfold you in gentle clouds of mercy, dissipate the isolation, dissipate the feeling of separation. Let it dispel the doubt and despair. Let it bring you contentment and a feeling of connectedness. Right. Awaken you to your own conscious awareness of that connectedness. Feel yourself held. I'm going to call on Ya Rahim. Ya Rahim. Almost the same letters, the same sounds, but the Rahim is for the individuated. So as you're in the womb, when you are in the womb, you are connected. All of your nourishment and everything is connected to through your umbilical cord to the placenta. And the placenta is what actually breathes for you as it's got enriched blood that is moving through your umbilical cord and into your belly to nourish your physical body. And so let's call on Rahim, this mercy. And just imagine, if you will, and set your intention that this nourishment, the blood, the oxygen, the nutrition, the provision is through this enriched blood that is coming through the umbilical cord and into your belly. Let this be like the Rahim, the individuated mercy and compassion and love that is coming through to you individually as you are held in this womb of compassion. So let all of the blood, water is a carrier of life and it also carries vibration, right? So when we speak these frequencies into water, it changes the vibration of the water. We've seen that time and time again through many experiments. So let's speak the compassion. We know the compassion is the container that contains all of the fluid, the ocean of living consciousness. And the Rahim is the individuated version of that, if you will, that comes to you individually. So speak this compassion and mercy. Ya Rahim, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim. The Rahim, let the imagine, if you will, all of that blood that carries the nourishment into your body through your umbilical cord while you're in the womb, infused with the mercy of Rahim, Rahim, Rahim. And this mercy, this provision, and let that, feel that coming into your body. And in doing this meditation, if you can imagine it coming in through your belly button space and into your belly and into your whole body through this attachment, I found that this brought incredible feeling of safety to my belly. And when I was working with clients, I find that it brings that sense of protection and safety to the belly, which is when we're the first place we disconnect from when we're not feeling safe, right? So let this sense of this vibration of mercy really come into your body. And when you're in the womb, you are in that very early stages of development of your physical body. So let your whole physical body, every cell that is being developed in its rapid development there, let every cell, right? Time is just an illusion. So imagine going back to that time when the cells are being developed and let every cell be infused with this compassion and mercy. Compassion and mercy. In Fauzia's book, she said, there is a form of mercy that manifests before the need for it arises, a compassion that flows continuously from the divine to all creatures, protecting, preserving, and guiding them to the light and to a higher life. So let this Rahim, let it be infused into that blood that nourishes the development of your individual body, going all the way back to your very core fetal development. Right? So feel yourself held in this womb, connected to this source of nourishment, right? Which is the placenta when you're in the womb, connected to you through the umbilical cord, through your belly button, into your belly, and just feel this nourishment. The Rahman surrounding you and holding you in this fluid sac, the Rahim feeding you through the enriched blood that circulates through your developing body, nourishing and providing for your development, filled with mercy, with grace, with compassion, with kindness, really infusing all of your body, compassion that flows continuously from the divine to all creatures, protecting, preserving, and guiding you to the light and to a higher life. So feel that moving through, really giving you a fundamental felt sense of compassion, of mercy, of protection, preserving you and guiding you to divine light and a higher life, fundamentally built in to your physical container, fundamentally built into your cellular development, your cellular consciousness. Let that be infused into every cell. As you are in the womb, in the safe container, the fluid that surrounds you is the eternal compassion, the ocean of living consciousness. And the blood that nourishes and nurtures you and provides for you is this pure mercy, pure compassion, protecting, preserving, and guiding you. It also says that this contains the ability to forgive, which is a very important ability to have in this life. Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim. Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim. Our next divine name. I'm going to go out of in a different order from what I wrote it, but this is Al-Mu'min. Al-Mu'min, which is the believer, the one who grants safety and protection and makes us to feel secure. Mu'min. Mu'min. We call on Ya Mu'min. Ya Mu'min. Ya Mu'min. Ya Mu'min. It says, Ya Mu'min, let the attitude penetrate my heart and direct my senses, that you are the absolute from whom everything comes and to whom everything returns. And Mu'min is a power of the divine. Some people ask, are you worshiping something other than God? No, this is a power of God, the power of Allah. It says the giver of faith, protection, and safety. So let yourself be infused with this as well. Really know that this is a part of your cellular makeup and a part of your living consciousness. So as you are held in this womb of safety and of compassion and nurtured with this grace, with this protection, with this mercy and this ability to forgive, and call on the divine name, the divine power, the divine attribute of Mu'min, the believer, the faithful, right? This is what really gives you that faith, that trust, that sense of security. That sense of you are connected and held. This helps you to find your trust and to rest in that trust. So really let this trust, let this come all the way in to your core and feel this all the way into your bones, right? It's in your fluid body. Let yourself feel it infused into your fluid body and also into your bones, deep into your structure. So that faith and that trust becomes solid in you and really becomes shores up your spine and your joints and everything. Ya Mu'min, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, Ya Mu'min. And the next divine name is Muhaimin. Muhaimin. It's calling on Muhaimin. Muhaimin is the one who watches over and protects. Muhaimin. Muhaimin. Muhaimin is a divine name whose sound and meaning penetrates us deeply and shakes the foundation that separates us from our true self. You come in as this being knowing. And then once we're born into the world and that umbilical cord is cut, we start to look to the world for our nourishment, and we don't feel so contained in that womb, though we still are a larger womb. And we start to sense ourselves as separate. We lose that sense of connectedness. So again, keep yourself held in that womb. Keep yourself held in that womb of compassion, feeling that ocean of living consciousness, that divine compassion that surrounds you, feeling that Rahim nourishing you, the grace, the compassion, the mercy, filling you through your umbilical cord into your whole body, through your belly, filling your whole body, infused with mercy, compassion, protection. And then Ya Mu'min, the faith, the trust, right? And Muhaimin, that felt sense of protection from beyond that fundamental sense of separation, right? That initial sense of separation that's a part of who we are as well, right? So Al Muhaimin, that sense of connectedness and protection that shakes the foundation that separates us from our true self. Despite its power, the lightness and the softness that resonates with this divine name protects us and soften our hearts. So we become like the wool in God's hands. I mean, really resting in and trusting that we are in God's hands and that we are protected and that we are shepherded every step along the way. We're not separate. So let yourself really lean into that space, into that knowing within yourself, calling Ya Muhaimin, Ya Muhaimin, Ya Muhaimin. Let it guide you into the knowing that you are not separate. Let it guide you into this deep sense that you are cared for, you are protected, you are being watched over, you are being shepherded, you are being guided. Every step of the way, you are never left alone. You are never left unprotected or not cared for. Always, always, always within the divine, within the hands of God. And feel yourself held there, deeply held, deeply held. Feel the compassion, the mercy, the trust, the safety, the security, knowing that you are cared for, held, shepherded every step of the way. Ya Muhaimin, 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 Ya Muhaimin. And the next divine name is Ya Razak, Ya Razak, Ya Razak. Ya Razak is the provider, the nurturer. It provides for you everything you need for your material and spiritual life. This is the material and spiritual provision. Ya Razak, Ya Razak, Ya Razak, Ya Razak, Ya Razak, Ya Razak. And again, as you speak this name of Razak into your heart, let it awaken in you the knowing of your own provision. It is said that when your soul is breathed into your physical body, that everything is breathed in along with that. What you're here to experience, the wisdom you're here to gain, the lessons you're here to learn, the evolution for your soul, and all of the provision that you need in order to live out your life journey and do what you're here to do as well, right? The purpose you're here to serve. All of this is breathed in at one time. And Archangel Metatron is the scribe that scribes all of this into your book or your Akashic record, right? And that Metatron's cube is all part of that that's formed into your existence, that contains all possible shapes and forms within it. It's something we go into in depth in the Divine Manifestation Program. But all of that comes in at the time that your soul is breathed into your physical form in utero at about 120 days in utero. So here you are, contained in this womb of eternal compassion, fed through this umbilical cord of mercy, provision, protection, really resting in this place of a deep trust, sense of safety and security. knowing at the deep fundamental level before your separation is formed that you are fully connected and that you are watched over and shepherded in God's hands the whole time throughout this life. And Ya Razak, you have everything provided for you for your material and spiritual life. Ya Razak, Ya Razak, and feel this deeply into your bones. Awaken the cellular consciousness from within you. It's like all the way at this core, right? Breathe all of this into your core. Let yourself really, again, elongate your spine. Breathe all of your consciousness into this vertical core. And as you exhale, drop down, land into your hips, lean back into your spine, into that space behind your heart, and breathe all of this in through your heart, through the back of your heart. And let this divine knowing let it nourish you and nurture you, and let, especially as you call on these divine names, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, Ya Mu'min, Ya Muhaymin, Ya Razak. As you call on these, let them be tapping the tuning fork of your own inner knowing, awakening you to the truth of your being. You've probably heard that the world is an illusion. You can connect in with the truth of who you are as a being that is fully connected, provided for, held, and protected and shepherded through this life. Ya Razak, Ya Razak. Ya Razak, the one who nurtures all being and sustains all being. And the last one I wanted to call on for today is Ya Hafiz, Hafiz, Hafiz. And that is the one who preserves and protects. Means to preserve, to protect, to safeguard. And God has given the angels the task to protect us from evil and from everything, right? So call on Al-Hafiz. It's an all-encompassing protection that expresses the fact that everything is enfolded in divine protection. Ya Hafiz, Ya Hafiz. And feel everything, even the womb that contains you, and the womb itself, and everything within it and within you, protecting you and enfolding you in divine protection, preserving you. Ya Hafiz, Ya Hafiz, Ya Hafiz. And let this, again, let yourself really drop in and have a felt sense. Get a felt sense. Let it remind you, right? This is already known within you. So let this be a reminder for you as you rest into it and bringing it into, from your subconscious into your conscious awareness, right? And awakening it from within your cellular consciousness that you are enfolded in divine protection, protected and preserved, safeguarded. Ya Hafiz, Ya Hafiz, Ya Hafiz, Ya Hafiz. Let yourself rest deeply in this knowing. Ya Rahman, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahman. The womb of compassion, the ocean of living consciousness that contains you, that supports you, that holds you, protects you, filled with pure compassion, pure compassion. And your body is mostly water, about 75% water. Water is the carrier of life. Let this water be infused with this ocean of living consciousness. As the poet Rumi says, these cups, these forms we seem to be, our bodies, are cups floating in an ocean of living consciousness. We think we are our bodies, but what we are is ocean, too near to see, though we swim in it and drink it in. He said, don't be the cup with the dry rim. Let yourself immerse into this ocean, be the ocean, the open cup. Let the ocean of living consciousness fill your cup. And Ya Rahim, nourishing you and nurturing you through your fetal development, through your cellular development, through your core makeup of who you are, infused with this pure mercy, grace, compassion, protection, and preserving. Nourishing and nurturing you and providing you, breathing for you. When you are in the womb, the placenta breathes for you. Before your lungs are developed, this breathes you when you are in that early development. Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, coming into your belly and nourishing you. Ya Mu'min, that innate faith and trust within you that you have before you sense a separation. Right? You're fully connected. Ya Mu'min, Ya Mu'min. It's just that faith, that trust. Ya Muhaimin, that innate knowing of protection, knowing that you are contained in the hands of God and shepherded every step of the way, never separate, knowing at a deep level before that sense of separation occurs. Ya Razzaq, knowing that when your soul is breathed into this physical form, in utero, that all of the provision, everything you need for your material and spiritual life is breathed in with you. It's all there. It's all brought into your life simulation, if you will. It's written into your book. It's there. It's there from beginning to end. And Ya Hafiz, everything enfolded in divine protection. So breathe that in. Inhale all the way into your vertical core. Exhale, drop down and land into your pelvic bowl. Anchor into your pelvic center, that center of gravity in your body, that creative life force energy. Lean into your spine. Really feel yourself present in your body. Drop down. Feel yourself all the way into your pelvic floor. Connected in with the earth. Connected into your body. Present, grounded, knowing your sense of protection all the way through the cellular consciousness, every cell of your whole body. Knowing you are safe, protected, connected, and shepherded every step of the way, never separate. So with these divine names that, again, they're on the website, and when this is published as a blog post, it will be there as well. You can go back to these and you can do a recitation, a mantra. What I would do if we had more time is to go through each one of them 100 times and just to recite them and let the vibration move through the fluids of the body, awakening the consciousness from within, awakening the ingredients of the drop of the ocean within your drop, awakening the knowing from within your consciousness so that it becomes a part of your awareness as well as ground into every cell all the way into your bones. All right, and with that, I want to open for any discussion that we want to have. I'll end the recording. If you are on Facebook, there's a link there. You're welcome to join us for any discussion afterwards. It doesn't go on the recording. It's not published. If you're listening to this recording, you're welcome to join us live on Sundays at 10 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. U.S. Pacific Time. Find information for joining us live at communityforconsciousliving.com, communityforconsciousliving.com. While you're there, when you sign up to receive the reminders and replays, you'll receive 2 free gifts. One is a download of just a reminder of who and what we are and why we're here and what this world is about. The other is a 15-minute downloadable guided meditation that I hope you'll make a part of your daily practice to remind you of that connection with pure divine light, unconditional love, and eternal compassion that is the core of who you are. All right, with that, we end for today and open for the Q&A. I hope to see you there.